discuss. So first phase we are seeing importance of environment subject at prelims, mains and interview. After that I am going to discuss syllabus. Now, why I want to discuss syllabus? The major reason is when you will go to write a mains examination, there you need to use keywords. And now the examination is very much dynamic. Questions are coming by combining 2 or 3 subjects. So when you know the keywords, then you will be able to use those keywords and you will fetch more marks. After discussing syllabus, I am going to discuss trends. After discussing trends, I will take one chapter from environment, and in last my focus will be on teaching how to make mind map. Why my focus will be on mind map? Because syllabus is too much in UPSC. So if you will not make mind map of each chapter, you will face problem in revision. You will always start from beginning, you will always flip the pages and you will take much time. But when you have mind map, you will take 1/10 of the time. And when you will be in the examination hall also, you will be able to recall those points in the examination hall with most convenient manner. Therefore, my focus will be on development of mind map. Now, let's start with understanding the importance of environment subject in prelims examination. What is the cutoff, general cutoff in UPSC prelims examination? How many questions you need to be correct? Around 110 marks. That comes around 55 questions. Let us see the contribution of environment subject in prelims examination in last 5 years. So, see, in 2013, how many questions came? Around 28 questions. In 2014, the number of questions was 32. In 2015, this number came down to 22. And 2016, it further came down to 15 to 16 questions. And 2017, again it was around 12 to 15, and 2018 it was around 18 questions. So you can see you have to get 55 questions, right? In 2013 it was 28, 32, then 22, and around 15 to 16. In 2018, 18 questions. It means even if you do sincerely this particular subject, you will at least clear prelims examination, and it will help you in clearing examination, because here questions are straightforward. Example, I am going to teach first chapter ecology. They have asked questions on definitions like ecosystem is, and the option was structural and functional unit of biosphere. So here the questions are very straightforward, or the questions are from current affairs which are in the news. Therefore, for prelims, environment subject is high yielding subject. Now, when we have understood its importance in prelims examination, we are going to understand its importance in mains examination. In mains, can you tell me in which paper ecology and environment comes? Yes, ma'am.
GS1.
GS1. Any others paper? Okay. 3. Yes. Now you're right. So in mainly it comes in paper 3. But in recent time it has been seen that now they are combining geography with environment. And they are also asking question in paper 1. It means its significance has increased in the mains syllabus also. So every year you will see 2 to 3 questions in paper 3, that approximately 25 to 35 marks, and in paper 1 to 2 questions, approximately 10 to 20 marks comes in the paper 1. Example, when we see paper 1, questions came like fresh water and scarcity. Second question comes tourism and ecological carrying capacity. Third question comes shrinking glacier and climate change. Whereas similar questions come in the paper 3. It means environment has also playing good role in mains examination. Now I also want to add, because climate change is a big debate in present world, so there may be chance that in essay also you may expect one topic from environment. So here you will get straight away 125 marks question. In present context you may expect one questions from environment, because across the world the debate is going over environment versus growth. Am I clear here? So therefore its role in mains is important. Now comes the interview stage. In all my interviews what I gave, they always ask 2 to 3 questions. Like last interview they asked about pollutants, they ask about climate change. So in interview also they will ask you questions. Therefore its importance in at all 3 levels of examination is very high. Now I have discussed the basic importance. Now I will go on discussing syllabus. So can you tell me, ma'am, what is the syllabus of ecology and environment? Yes? Okay. Why I am again discussing syllabus? Please understand, you need to remember syllabus on your fingertips. Then only you will be able to use keywords. Otherwise you will use general words and the examiner may not give you very good marks. So in syllabus we'll see there are 3 major topics. First topic is ecology and environment. Second unit is biodiversity. And third unit is climate change. So when you see syllabus, you will see these are the 3 broader topics they have given. But we need to understand these topics in detail. So I am going to discuss one by one that what we have to study in each topic. Say ecology and environment. Let us discuss what we have to study in ecology and environment. So first thing what we have to discuss is basic definition of ecology. So first we'll understand the concept of ecology, then environment. When we have understood the basic importance of ecology and environment, then we are going to focus on understanding hierarchy of In this hierarchy of organism, we are going to discuss individual, population, community, ecosystem, biome, biosphere. So there is a hierarchy. As we have seen in our family also, from our great grandfather to father to son, there is also hierarchy of organism in our biosphere. And in this, we are going to study individual to biosphere. After understanding this, the most important topic we have to study is ecosystem. After studying ecosystem, the two most important topic which they have asked in prelims many times are eco, tone and ecological needs. So this is first basic introduction which we have to study. After that, understanding these basic concepts, we will move to understand in this unit only we are going to understand food chain. In food chain, again we are going to understand different types of food chain, from grazing food chain to detritus food chain. After understanding food chain, we'll move to food web. After discussing food web, we are going to discuss ecological pyramid. In pyramid, we are going to discuss about pyramid of numbers, pyramid of biomass, then energy. So here we are going to discuss three types of ecological pyramid. Under pyramid of number also, we are going to discuss two different categories. So when we have discussed this, then comes the most important topic, that is biotic interaction. This is the most important topic. Ecological needs, ecotone for PT, these are the two most important topics, and ecological pyramid. These are most important topics. Alternate year they ask one question from these. So biotic interaction, how? See, biotic, all living beings interact in a different way. So in this we are going to study mutualism, commensalism, amensalism, competition, parasitism. We are going to understand all these in details in biotic interaction. Then after that, again high yielding topic is biogeochemical cycle. Biogeochemical cycle. In this we are going to understand different types of cycle. Water cycle, carbon cycle, but the questions mainly come from nitrogen cycle. So in this our focus will be on nitrogen cycle. Then we also need to understand sulfur cycle, phosphorus cycle. After understanding this, in this chain, last topic is succession. So in succession we are going to read two things: primary succession, secondary succession, and again different types of succession. When we have understood these basic things, we'll move to understand types of ecosystem. In types of ecosystem, we are going to understand two different types of ecosystem, that is terrestrial and aquatic. In terrestrial ecosystem, we are going to understand from tropical to polar. Then in aquatic system, again this is high yielding topic for prelims. In aquatic ecosystem, we are going to understand lake ecology. Then we are going to understand eutrophication. Then we are going to understand mangrove. Then we are going to study about estuaries. Then we are going to study about the most important topic, market, coral reef, coral bleaching. So here it is again high yielding topic. After understanding this, may I rub it? Yeah. After this, in this last topic is pollutants. Pollutants, in pollutants what we are going to discuss? Water pollution. Different types of water pollution, soil pollution, noise pollution, air pollution. Again, this is most important topic of this particular unit. Every year you will get one question. Every year you will get one question from pollutants. E-waste, solid waste. In mains examination also, continuously they are asking questions from pollutants. So this is the basic and all complete topics we have to study in ecology and environment. Now, when we have discussed the syllabus in this particular unit, we'll move to discuss second unit. Second unit is, what was the second unit? Piyush, what was the second unit we discussed? What was the syllabus? First was the syllabus? First was ecology and environment. Second was biodiversity. Good. And third was climate change. So we have to, the moment we study, we have to create that in our mind. Because we have a very psychological problem in India. You know what is that psychological problem? Yes, ma'am? First, not thinking, and second is कि पहले मैं यहाँ पढ़ूंगा लेकिन मैं पढ़ूंगा नहीं, मैं सिर्फ नोट्स लूंगा, फिर मैं घर जाऊंगा, तब पढ़ूंगा, तब मैं समझूंगा. No. In my class, you have to be here, you have to make mind map, and you have to remember, you have to understand in the class only, so that you can save your time. Can you do that? So, what was the syllabus? Please be with me. First was ecology and environment. Second was biodiversity. And third was climate change. Under that, we have seen how many topics we have studied. Can you tell me, be with me, what was the first topic? Ecology and environment. Then we move to hierarchy. In hierarchy, we will discuss individual, population, community to biosphere. Then we move to food chain. Then we move to food web. Then we move to, very good, ecological pyramid. Then we move to biotic interaction. Then we move to before that, biogeochemical cycle. Then we move to succession. Then we move to type of ecosystem. Under that, we need to study two types, terrestrial and aquatic. We have seen in aquatic what we need to learn. Coral reef for the last topic. What was the first topic? Lake ecology, eutrophication, then mangrove, estuaries, and then came coral reef and coral bleaching. Then we came to pollutants, air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, solid waste, e-waste. So we are going to discuss all these in detail. So I am telling you, when you will go after class, you will remember all the topics. Okay? I will do at least 3 to 4 times revision, so that I don't want my student to go home and study. They have to study here only. Okay? Now come, second topic is biodiversity. So what we need to study in biodiversity? Please be here. First topic is basic definition of biodiversity. After that, we need to understand labels of biodiversity. Under that, we need to study individual, species biodiversity, community biodiversity, ecosystem biodiversity. And then understanding, we are going to do measurement of biodiversity. In that, we'll focus on species richness, Species evenness. Under this we are going to study alpha diversity, beta diversity, gamma diversity. After that our focus will be on biodiversity services. After that we'll move to understand biodiversity loss. Biodiversity loss. Then in that only we need to discuss if there is a loss. So there is some acts, policies from the government also. So we need to discuss protected areas. In protected areas we are going to discuss about, can you tell me, ma'am, what we need to discuss in protected areas?
Protected areas like biosphere, national parks.
Wildlife sanctuary, very good. National parks, biosphere reserve, community reserve, sacred groups. So we are going to discuss everything in detail in protected areas. Also, we are going to understand different kinds of flora and fauna. It means we are going to discuss animal diversity. We are going to discuss plant diversity. In that only we are going to study IUCN. Extinct, critically endangered, endangered, vulnerable, threatened. So we are going to discuss all these. And in that we'll add with the current affair. Okay. So there are again very small topics inside in this, but broader topics are this only, along with various acts and policies made by the government to conserve the biodiversity. There is a biodiversity loss. So these are mainly issues. So biodiversity is mainly in this, we are focusing on issues and policies. So issues are these, and then policies made by the government. So in policies we are also going to discuss in detail. So these are the basic topics which we have to cover in biodiversity. May I have it? Yeah. Now the third topic is climate change. In climate change, the first topic what we need to understand is global warming. Now look, we don't need to remember. What we need to understand, global warming is there. So what is the major reason of global warming? Can anyone?
Carbon emission.
Pollution. And what is the broad term of all these? Again, that you need to use in the examination hall. No? Something else?
Temperature.
No? Can we say greenhouse effect?
Yeah.
Yeah, please. Greenhouse effect. Can you close the door? Greenhouse effect. And so what is greenhouse effect? We need to understand from greenhouse gas. Under this, we are going to discuss individual gases. Water vapor, carbon dioxide, different types of carbon, N2O, sulfur dioxide, methane. We'll discuss individual topics. Okay? Then we are saying global warming potential, climate forcing. So we are going to discuss all these topics. Now, after understanding this, our focus will be on understanding acidification. Then ozone depletion. After understanding this, our focus will shift on understanding India and climate change. What India is taking a step to control climate change. In this, we'll focus on National Action Plan on Climate Change. In that, we'll discuss in detail all the topics. After that, we'll move to mitigation strategies. In mitigation strategies, our focus will be on carbon sequestration, carbon sink, carbon offsetting. We are going to discuss all these topics in mitigation strategies. And in last, we'll move to international organization. In that, our focus will be on UNFCCC, Kyoto Protocol, then Bali. We're going to understand each summit in detail, from Kyoto Protocol to Bali to Copenhagen to Cancun. So till 2017 or till 2018, we are going to discuss all those summits and different international treaties. We are also going to understand different international treaties. Clear? So all these topics we are broadly going to cover in climate change. May I? Yeah. So let's do once revision till now what we have done. Okay. So what are the broader topics we have to study in this? Please be with me. What was the first topic? Ecology and environment. What was the second topic? Biodiversity. And what was third topic? Climate change. So what we need to discuss in first chapter? Definition of ecology and environment. Please be here. Second is hierarchy of the organism. In this we will discuss individual, population, community and till biosphere. After that we need to discuss, what was the topic? Ecotone, ecological niche. After that we move to food chain, then food web, then ecological pyramid, then biotic interaction, then biogeochemical cycle, then we move to biotic succession, then we move to types of ecosystem. In that we will discuss two things: terrestrial and aquatic. Aquatic, what we need to study? Lake, very good. Lake ecology. Then
I was the last one.
second was eutrophication, then mangrove, then estuary, coral reef, coral bleaching, then we came to pollutant. So you need to create mind map. Till the time you will not create mind map, you will always face problem. You may not be able to use the right keywords. So what was the last topic we need to discuss in that? Pollutants. Pollutants, air pollutants, soil pollutants, water pollutants, noise pollutants, e-waste, solid waste. We are going to discuss in this. After that we move to second unit was biodiversity. What we had to study in that?
Level of balance.
First was definition of biodiversity. Then levels of biodiversity. What was different levels of biodiversity?
Measure.
Individual, species and ecosystem or community. After that we move to measurement. In measurement what we need to study? Species richness, species evenness. In that we need to study alpha biodiversity, gamma and beta and gamma. After that we move to बायोडाइवर्सिटी सर्विसेज, वहां नहीं देखना है, यहाँ ठीक है, अच्छा ठीक है. उसके बाद बायोडाइवर्सिटी लॉस. उसके बाद हम कहाँ गए? प्रोटेक्टेड एरियाज. आफ्टर दैट वी मूव टू व्हाट वी मूव टू डिफरेंट एक्ट्स एंड पॉलिसीज, ठीक है, कंजर्वेशन एफर्ट्स. Then we move to third chapter, climate change. So what was in we had to read in climate change?
Global warming.
Global warming. Then greenhouse effect, then greenhouse gases. Under that we need to study different individual gases. Then we move to
global warming,
potential. Then we move to acidification. Then we move to ozone depletion. Then we move to international organizations, international treaties, ठीक है, India and climate change. So I have just one request. Please remember and put complete syllabus on the fingertips. It will help you a lot in writing essay, because the moment you will use keywords, examiner will understand that yes, you are very thorough. And in mains examination also, as you see paper 1 and paper 3, you will get a lot of marks when you use these keywords. And I'm telling you, even if you don't know any answer, but you remember these keywords, you will make an answer and you will write. Because they are going, examiner never see the copy in horizontal manner, they see in a vertical manner. कौन से keywords हैं? Keyword. Clear? Now, after understanding this, let me tell you that ecology and environment, second was biodiversity, and third was climate change. So from this particular topic, you get around 10 to 20% of question. Say 3 to 4 questions. If 20 questions are coming, 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 questions come from this part. But major questions come from these two topics, because they combine both static and dynamic part. So most of the questions will be from these two parts. Now, after understanding syllabus and trained, let's focus on understanding what books we have to follow. So first book I will suggest that NCERT class 12th biology book, last 4 chapter. Then Shankar IS. So these two books will help you in making static part, foundation part, and then dynamic part will be covered in from 2 places. First is Hindu and second is India Year book. First is Hindu and second is India Year book. Clear? So what book we need to follow? NCERT class 12th biology, but in this we don't have to read complete book, but only last 4 chapters. Then Shankar IS, and for dynamic part, for current affair part, we need to go for Hindu and India Year book. So these are only 4 things which we need to follow. Okay. After this, let's start a particular chapter. So till now we have understood importance of environment paper at prelim stage, mains stage. In that we discuss how it is important in paper 1 to paper 3 to essay, and then in the interview. I am telling you, in every interview they ask 1 to 2 questions. In all my interviews they always ask questions on environment. Then we discuss syllabus in 3 different units, and then we have understood the books. Now I will start first topic, that is ecology. So in my rest of the lecture I am going to cover this particular chapter, and in last 10 minutes I am going to make a mind map of this complete chapter, so that you know how to make mind maps. And I am telling you now only that after the class all the students will remember each and everything. Even when I will ask after 10 days, you will be able to answer me, because mind map will help you in recalling the complete concept. Clear? So let's move with ecology. First, let's understand the definition of ecology only. So when you will see the definition of ecology, it actually came from Greek word. These two words make ecology. And when you see the definition, it simply has three key words. First is scientific study. Second is relationship among living beings, and third is environment. It means ecology is scientific study of relationship among living beings and environment. It means how one individual, how one organism is affecting another organism, and how environment is affecting all different kinds of organism. So this relationship is studied by ecology. Clear? Now in this we got a very new keyword, environment. So we need to understand what is environment. So what is environment? Environment? Anyone? Yes, ma'am. What is environment? Very good. It simply means everything that surround us. Everything that surround us is environment. Now, its definition also says. So what are all those things which surround us? Tell me, what are all the things which surround us? Let's list out. First is biotic things, then abiotic, then influences, and then events. It means what are the things which are surround us? Maybe biotic factors, living beings, animals, decomposers, consumers. All these are biotic factors. Abiotic factors, temperature, precipitation, sunlight, soil, altitude, latitude. These are abiotic factors which influence us. And influences means interaction between different living organisms, interaction between biotic and abiotic factors, and various events happening around that organism affect, constitute surrounding or constitute environment. So what is our definition now? What is the definition of ecology? Without देखें क्या है? Scientific study of living beings, a relationship among living beings and physical environment. And what is the definition of environment? Is sum total of what? Biotic, abiotic, influences, events surrounding an organism. Clear? यहाँ तक? अब बट क्या जब हम नोट्स बनाएंगे बट व्हेन वी विल मेक माइंड मैप ऑफ दीज टू डेफिनेशंस, क्या हम इतना लंबा डेफिनेशन लिखेंगे? नहीं, वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू राइट दिस मच. यस, इन कीवर्ड्स में भी मैं आपको दिखाऊंगा कैसे लिखना है. सो इकोलॉजी इज, हमने डेफिनेशन देखा. व्हाट वाज द डेफिनेशन? एक साथ प्लीज. साइंटिफिक स्टडी ऑफ रिलेशनशिप among living beings and physical environment. So scientific study of organism with organism and organism with, ये मेरा definition. अब if you will not recall, you will never be wise. So you have to forcefully remember to understand this. So what this denotes? Scientific study of organism with organism and organism with environment. Clear? Now we have to make mind map in such a way that the next word gives me clue for the next topic. So what is next topic? Environment. So what is environment now? What is now environment? Definition: sum total of abiotic, biotic influences, event surrounding an organism. तो हमने इतने से छोटे स्पेस में दो डेफिनेशन कर दिया. अब इफ वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू रिमेंबर, इसको रिवीजन करने में कितना सेकंड लगेगा? 2 seconds भी नहीं लगेंगे. So what is the definition? Scientific study of organism with organism, organism with environment. What is environment? Environment is sum total of biotic, abiotic influences, events surrounding an organism. याद नहीं भी एग्जामिनेशन में आया, बट इफ यू हैव क्रिएटेड इन दिस वे, एग्जामिनेशन हॉल में यू विल सी कि हाँ यहां पे कुछ ऐसा था, यहां पे क्या था, कुछ ऐसा था, एंड यू विल बी एबल टू टेक अ कैलकुलेटेड गेस. व्हाट यू विल बी एबल टू टेक? कैलकुलेटेड गेस. बिकॉज यू नो कि हाँ यहां कुछ, आपको याद होगा मैंने यहां पे क्या लिखा था फर्स्ट यूनिट में, यहां पे क्या लिखा था, कौन सा टॉपिक लिखा था? पॉल्यूटेंट. तो माइंड में क्रिएट हो जाएगा कि समथिंग पॉल्यूटेंट यहां कुछ था. ठीक है, तो यू विल बी एबल टू टेक इन वर्स्ट केस अ कैलकुलेटेड गेस. क्लियर? नाउ विल मूव टू नेक्स्ट टॉपिक. So after every topic I will tell how to make mind map, and in last I will make a complete mind map of whole chapter. Clear? So next topic is hierarchy of organism. Hierarchy of organism. Now let us understand hierarchy. So at lowest level hierarchy is individual. Then what is the sequence? Population. Then we move to community, and then we move to ecosystem. Then we move to biome, and then we move to biosphere. So again this is a PT question. What is PT question? The sequence, and you need to remember in IPC EB square. What is I? Individual. Then population, then community, then ecosystem, then biome, then biosphere. So we need to remember these mind map. IPC EB square. What is this? Please be with me. I, again this is a PT part. मैं मार्क करता चला जाऊंगा जहां PT मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट होंगे. You have to go through it. So what is I? Individual. P is, then C is, मैम प्लीज बी हियर. मैं बताऊं नोट्स इतनी जगह अवेलेबल है ना, मैं आपको हैंड रिटन नोट्स दे दूंगा पूरा. मार्केट में 2000 नोट्स हैं, आप यही याद कर लो. माइंड में हर चीज लिखना है, कॉपी में नहीं. ठीक है, प्लीज बी हियर. व्हाट इज आई? सेकेंड इज, थर्ड इज, देन ई इज, बी इज biome and biosphere. So after understanding the sequence, we are going to take individual topics. So I will start with individual. May I work? So let's start with individual. Individual. So what we saw, that individual was at this point and biosphere was here. It means individual is the smallest unit of biosphere. It is the, what is individual? smallest unit of biosphere. Now, who is the individual? So, individual is one who can function independently, who can and individual may have one organ or made up of many organs. That can be bacteria, fungi, human being, well developed human being. So everyone comes under individual. Again यहाँ से PT का कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं बनता, ठीक है? But you have to just remember that smallest unit of biosphere, ठीक है? After that, we are going to understand second topic, that is population. So what is population? Since individual of same species, what is keyword here? Same species. So when we say population of human being, we never count population of elephant, we never count population of tiger. But when we say population of tiger, it means only population of tiger. We never count population of elephant. Why? Because we are talking about same species. Example is human being, tiger, elephant. When we are talking about one species, then it will be population. Clear? Now, we know that population may increase or population may decrease. Now, we'll understand that what are the factors which increase and what are the factors which decrease the population. So can you tell me what are the factors which increase the population? Birth and immigration. And what are the factors which decrease the population? Death and immigration. So you need to remember I means incoming, E means exit, outgoing. ठीक है? तो in population, what our focus should be on? Understanding that population is individual of same species, and how increase the population is getting increased by birth or immigration, and decrease by death and immigration. Clear? Now, after understanding individual and population, we'll move to community. So now, what is community? So tell me first, why there is a need of community first? Yes, what is the need of community?
In order to survive, individuals need to
Good,
stay together.
good. So we need community to survive. It means to survive, what we need? Individual of different species. So what will be the definition? Individual of different species in a particular area in a particular time frame. Same way in population also, it was individual of same species in a particular area, in a particular time. Same way community is individual of different species. Example, animals and plants. So why animals need plants? Can you tell me why animals need plants?
Shelter, food,
Food, shelter, and safety, yeah. And why plants need animals? Yes, anyone?
They spread the seeds.
Yeah, good. Very good. First is seed dispersal. Second is pollination. So, we have seen how in community different organisms are dependent on each other. Now, the important point comes ki on what basis the name of the community will be. What will be the base of the community name? That is always on the basis of dominant species. Always dominant species. And in generally, dominant species is always plant. Dominant species is generally always plants. Therefore, the name will be also on the name of plant. For example, grassland. Dominant species is grass. Equatorial rainforest, tundra, taiga. What we have seen that dominant species are plants. Therefore, the name will be always on the basis of dominant species. So here one point is also common, that community is not something like a rigid. It may be changing from time to time. Clear? So that is all about community. Now again, from BT perspective, it is not much important. The most important topic is now from BT perspective, ecosystem. Ecosystem. What is ecosystem? From ecosystem they have asked question directly. On the definition they have asked question in prelims. Not once but twice. So what are the keywords in ecosystem? So till community what we have seen, that our focus was on biotic factors. Individual, population, community. Now the second factor, that is abiotic, come into picture. So till IPC, what was IPC? Individual, population, community. The role of biotic factor was there. Now second actor come into play, that is environment, abiotic factors. So we'll see what is ecosystem. That is structural and functional unit of biosphere. Second is comprising. इसके पहले क्या आया था? कम्युनिटी. इसके पहले कम्युनिटी आया था, तो कंप्राइजिंग कम्युनिटी ऑफ लिविंग बीइंग्स. एंड थर्ड इज एंड physical environment. Last point is both interacting and exchanging. It means that ecosystem is the structural and functional unit of biosphere, which consisting of community of living beings and their interaction with physical environment. So here community of living beings, biotic factors and abiotic factors are in constant interacting and exchanging. They are influencing us, we are influencing them. Clear? So this is ecosystem. Under ecosystem, what we have understood, one word is community of living beings and second was physical environment. So community of living beings come into what factors? Biotic, and physical environment comes in abiotic. So let us understand biotic factors in detail. Okay, so may I have it? Yeah. So let's understand components of ecosystem. So what is the component of ecosystems? Biotic and abiotic. Now see biotic. Biotic are all living beings. Biotic is all living beings, and they are of two types: producers and consumers. So again, PT pointer. What is another name of producers? Anyone? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sorry. हाँ ठीक है, प्लांट्स भी होते हैं, but the name is autotrophs. This is again PT point. What is another name of producers? Autotrophs. Why we say them autotrophs? Why we say them producers? Because what they do? What they do? Producers. They produce food on their own. And how they produce their food? With the help of photo. And example will be green plants. So in photosynthesis, with the help of sunlight, carbon dioxide, energy, what they do? Photosynthesis. In turn, they produce food. It means all consumers, directly or indirectly, dependent on producers, because consumers do not create food. So here, directly or indirectly, consumers dependent on producers. Now, consumers. What is another name of consumers? Heterotrophs. Another name? One more name is there. Again PT pointer. अब वो मैच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग देगा, आप फंस जाओगे. Heterotrophs and phagotrophs. Phagotrophs भी कहते हैं इसको. अब ये मैच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग में आप फंस जाओगे, जबकि क्वेश्चन बहुत आसान है. सो देयरफॉर इट इज अगेन इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर पीटी. So consumer is heterotrophs and phagotrophs. Consumers are who cannot create food on their own, so therefore they need to dependent on producers. Now again, consumer is of two type. Consumer is of two type: macro consumer and micro consumer. Macro generally we see as herbivores like cow, buffalo. They survive on grass. Then comes, so micro consumer also primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer. Primary consumers are who? Herbivores, cow, buffalo. Then secondary consumers who are on primary consumers. Example wolf. So here example will be cow. Here example will be wolves. Tertiary consumer are lion, tiger. Clear? So these are again from PT perspective, it is not much important, but you should have basic information. Most important topic is micro consumer, because in PT they have already asked questions from micro consumer. You need to understand this topic. So let's discuss micro consumer. What is the another name of micro consumer? Yes, anyone? Yes, ma'am. Saprophytes or osmophytes. drops. Again, important form PT. ठीक है, match of the following simple दे देंगे. Therefore, you need to remember what is another name of micro consumer? Saprophytes and osmotrophs. So who are these organisms, microorganisms? They are simple bacteria and fungi. What they do? They break down the, what they do? They break down dead plants or animals. They break down dead plants and animals. And why they break down? Because they receive energy. They receive energy by breaking down dead plants or animals. Clear? And when they break down these dead plants and animals, what happens? What happens? Mineralization. Again, these dead plants or animals converted into nutrients, minerals, soil formation. Soil formation. Therefore, they are also called detritivores. Detri, dead plants and animals. Clear? So, what we have seen in micro consumers, they are also called as saprophytes. They are also called as osmotrophs. What they do? They are bacteria and fungi. They break down the dead plants and animals and derive energy out of it. They help in mineralization and soil formation. So ये complete biotic part है. Producers, consumers. Producers में ये points. Then macro consumer and micro consumer. Now, the second part in this is abiotic हो गया था. Abiotic. Abiotic we all know, all non-living beings. Example will be sunlight, temperature, rainfall, altitude, latitude, geostratum. So these are the basic examples which comes under abiotic factors. Clear hai? So these are components of ecosystem. Just a second. Geostratum is like layering of surface. That is geostratum. So let's move to most important topic of this chapter, that is ecotone. आप लोगों को गर्मी नहीं लग रही है? कुछ है क्या फैन है? अच्छा. Okay, thank you. So let's move to ecotone. ठीक है, अभी आवाज बंद कर. Let it be. छोड़ दो. ये आवाज करेगा. Let it be. So, next topic is ecotone. Here we need to discuss what is ecotone. Ecotone is simply junction between two diverse ecosystem. Now, what is this junction? Say, example of mangrove. What is mangrove? There is a terrestrial ecosystem, there is aquatic ecosystem. So the between both intermediate space is junction. Example, if we consider this board as water and this part as land. So this part between these is junction. This is ecotone. Here this is land, this is water. So this part is junction. That is ecotone. And that may vary in length. that may be very narrow, that may be very broad. So that can be both things. And since it is intermediate of these two diverse ecosystem, this is always a zone of tension. Always a zone of tension. So what we need to remember? Two diverse ecosystems. ठीक है? Junction. So it is a zone of tension. There may be a certain time when certain organisms, say, what will be the example? Mangrove, estuary, bank of the river, bank of the river. This can be our example. So here, what we need to understand, that it is a zone of tension, and yes, I was talking that certain times what happened, there are some species which may not be found in this, ecosystem, but maybe because of high developed ecotone, they are available in this zone. That is a possibility. That's a possibility. That certain organisms may not be found in this ecosystem, but may be available in this zone. That may be a possibility. And ये एक PT pointer है, आपको यहाँ फंसा सकता है UPSC. You may think कि ऐसा कैसे कि यहाँ नहीं है तो यहाँ कैसे हो गया. But it may happen because of the different situation, because of the developed ecotone. So therefore you need to be very conscious. You need to be careful when these type of questions comes in the examination. There may be a chance that certain organisms which are not here, but may be present in ecotone. Now, there are also a situation when certain organisms are available here also, but their numbers may be high or population density will be high in ecotone, and that condition is called edge effect. What is edge effect? When certain organisms found more in number in ecotone, then it is called edge effect, and that particular species is called edge species. Example, birds, they are found here also, but they are more in ecotone. So what will be the example of edge species? Birds. Clear? What will be the example of edge species? Bird. Clear? So let's revise this particular ecotone, junction between two diverse ecosystem. It is a zone of tension. Then example of estuaries, mangrove, river bank, and then we have seen edge effect and edge species. Then we are going to discuss ecological niche. Ecological niche. ठीक है? What is ecological niche? Again, they have asked direct question from ecological niche on the definition. Direct question. So what is ecological niche? It's simple. See, is unique functional role or places in the ecosystem. What is a unique functional role or places in an ecosystem? It means ecological niche tells about what it tells about physical, chemical, biological demand of an organism. physical, chemical and biological demand of an organism. So how do we understand that what will be the need of an organism? Therefore, we need to understand types of ecological needs, and that depend on how many things? First, food. Second is habitat. Third is reproduction. And fourth is physical and chemical change. Physical and chemical change. It means food, what an organism eat, habitat, where it lives, reproduction, and then physical and chemical change. It means every species has unique food, habitat, reproduction, physical and chemical change. It means no two species have same ecological needs. This is again PT, that no two species have same ecological needs. They may have similar food, they may have similar habitat, but they may differ in reproduction. If they have all three together same, then they may differ in physical and chemical change. It means no two species have same ecological needs. So from here, what we need to understand? We need to understand conservation effort. If government is doing any conservation effort for any particular organism, then government or the policy maker has to understand that they have to provide their needs, food, habitat, reproduction, physical and chemical change to conserve that particular organism. Clear? So PT pointer is no two species have same ecological needs, and types of ecological needs are food, habitat, reproduction, physical and chemical change. It is the physical, chemical, biological description of the demand of an organism. Clear? So this is ecological needs. Now I am going to make mind map from starting, and please be with me. Okay, so we started with अब पानी पी लो, पानी पी। आप ये अब 10 मिनट भी मेरे साथ होगे, आई एम श्योर हमने जितना पढ़ा है एक एक चीज हमारे दिमाग में होगा। ठीक है, विल डेवलप दैट माइंड मैप। सो वी स्टार्टेड विथ ecology. So what was the definition? Please be with me. मैं टाइम दूंगा लिखने के लिए, ठीक है? आप लोग इसको थोड़ा देखें। Scientific study of organism with organism and organism with environment. Environment is, ma'am, आप भी please. What is environment? Sum total of biotic, abiotic influences, events surrounding an organism. What is biotic? All living beings. All living beings हमने क्या देखा? दो में डिवीजन हो गया। क्या क्या? Producers and consumers. Producers में हमने क्या देखा? इसको क्या कहते थे? ऑटोट्रॉफ्स। वो क्या करता था? प्रोड्यूस फूड with the help of which process? यहां क्या था? सनलाइट, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, एनर्जी। ऑल कंज्यूमर्स डायरेक्टली और इनडायरेक्टली डिपेंडेंट। नाउ कंज्यूमर्स में हमने क्या देखा था? इसको क्या कहते थे? हेटेरोट्रॉप्स एंड फेगोट्रॉप्स। फिर हमने क्या देखा? मैक्रो एंड माइक्रो। मैक्रो में हमने क्या देखा? प्राइमरी कंज्यूमर, सेकेंडरी कंज्यूमर, टर्सरी कंज्यूमर। फिर हमने क्या देखा? माइक्रो को और क्या कहते थे? सैप्रोफाइट्स और ऑस्मोट्रॉप्स। फिर हमने क्या देखा, ये क्या करते थे, ब्रेक डाउन बैक्टीरिया एंड फंजाई। और क्या करते थे ये, ब्रेक डाउन डेड प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल्स। दे हेल्प इन मिनरलाइजेशन एंड सॉइल फॉर्मेशन। कोई दिक्कत? नाउ एबायोटिक फैक्टर्स हमने क्या देखा, सनलाइट, टेम्परेचर, रेनफॉल, soil. Clear? Now, after understanding there, what we have studied? Hierarchy. Hierarchy पढ़ा हमने of ecology। पहला क्या था, इंडिविजुअल। उसके बाद क्या हुआ, उसके बाद क्या हुआ, उसके बाद उसके बाद उसके बाद अब इंडिविजुअल में हमने क्या पढ़ा, स्मॉलेस्ट यूनिट ऑफ बायोस्फीयर। और हमने क्या पढ़ा, वन ऑर्गन और मल्टीपल ऑर्गेनेल्स विच फंक्शन इंडिपेंडेंटली, ये पढ़ा हमने। अब पॉपुलेशन की बात करते हैं। पॉपुलेशन में क्या पढ़ा हमने, इंडिविजुअल ऑफ सेम स्पीसीज। फिर हमने क्या पढ़ा, पॉपुलेशन इंक्रीज कैसे हो रहा है, पॉपुलेशन डिक्रीज कैसे हो रहा है, पॉपुलेशन डिक्रीज कैसे हो रहा है, इंक्रीज कैसे हो रहा है, बर्थ एंड इमिग्रेशन, डिक्रीज कैसे हो रहा है। क्लियर? देन हम वी रीच टू कम्युनिटी। क्या पढ़ा हमने कम्युनिटी में, अगेन इंडिविजुअल ऑफ सेम स्पीसीज इन डिफाइंड एरिया इन पर्टिकुलर टाइम। सेम चीज, इंडिविजुअल ऑफ स्पीसीज सेम। क्लियर? अब इसमें हमने क्या देखा कि नेम किस पे था, नेम ऑफ कम्युनिटी किस बेसिस पे था, डोमिनेंट स्पीसीज, जनरली प्लांट्स। ठीक है? उसके बाद हमने क्या पढ़ा, इकोसिस्टम। इकोसिस्टम क्या था, structural and functional unit of biosphere comprising which community of living beings and physical environment। ठीक है? इसमें हमने फिर क्या पढ़ा, कंपोनेंट पढ़ा हमने। क्या पढ़ा हमने, कंपोनेंट। कंपोनेंट में क्या क्या पढ़ा हमने, बायोटिक एंड एबायोटिक। सिमिलर ये वाला यहां चला जाएगा। क्लियर है? अब हमने क्या पढ़ा, अब इसके अंदर हमने दो और टॉपिक पढ़े थे, क्या क्या, इको टोन एंड इकोलॉजिकल नीड्स। हमने इको टोन क्या पढ़ा, जंक्शन बिटवीन टू डाइवर्स इकोसिस्टम। इसके अंदर फिर हमने दो पॉइंट क्या पढ़ा, एज इफेक्ट एंड देन हमने इकोलॉजिकल नीड्स पढ़ा। ये क्या था, यूनिक फंक्शनल रोल और प्लेस इन इकोसिस्टम। इसमें हमारा किस बेसिस पे था, फूड, हैबिटेट, रिप्रोडक्शन, फिजिकल एंड केमिकल चेंज। तो ये देखो हमारा एक पेज पे आ गया, हाफ पेज में। यही आप बुक्स में पढ़ेंगे तो यू विल गेट इन एटलीस्ट 14 to 15 पेजेस। क्लियर? तो हाफ पेज में इट बिकम्स इजी फॉर यू टू मेमोराइज, इजी फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड इजी टू रिवाइज। क्लियर? लास्ट टू टॉपिक बचा है, बायोम एंड बायोस्फीयर। बट उससे पहले मैं एक बार रिवीजन जाना चाहता हूं। ठीक है? विल क्रिएट दिस इन आवर माइंड। ठीक है? आप लोग फटाफट नोट कर लो इसको यदि करना चाहते हो तो। सो हर चैप्टर, अब आप जो भी पढ़ोगे, चाहे जिस सब्जेक्ट में पढ़ोगे, प्लीज क्रिएट माइंड मैप। देन ओनली यू विल बी एबल टू रिवाइज एज मेनी टाइम्स पॉसिबल। It will reduce your revision time. Thank you. कहीं कुछ कंफ्यूजन है, पूछ सकते हो आप? ठीक है, लेट्स मूव. सो नाउ वी नो एग्जैक्टली किसका प्लेस कहां है. ठीक है, सो इवन इफ वर्स्ट केस आई फॉरगेट इन द एग्जामिनेशन हॉल, आई विल नो कि ये प्लेस यहां था. ठीक है, सो आई विल बी एबल टू टेक अ कैलकुलेटेड गेस. मुझे ये पता है कि ये यहां पे था और ये बायोटिक वहां है, इन दोनों का कोई रिलेशन नहीं है. आई कैन टेक अ कैलकुलेटेड गेस. ठीक है, now let's take these two particular topic. Biome. What is biome? So let us understand. पहले एक बार रिवीजन करते हैं, then I will complete these two topics in 5 minutes. I will not take more than that. So let's come with revision. Okay? इकोलॉजी क्या है? एक साथ मेरे साथ. ठीक है, इकोलॉजी क्या है? साइंटिफिक स्टडी ऑफ ऑर्गेनिज्म विथ ऑर्गेनिज्म एंड ऑर्गेनिज्म विथ इन्वायरमेंट. व्हाट इज इन्वायरमेंट? एक साथ मेरे साथ बोलते हो. आप घर जाके क्यों पढ़ना चाहते हो, यही पढ़ लेते हैं. ठीक है, इन्वायरमेंट इज सम टोटल ऑफ बायोटिक, एबायोटिक इन्फ्लुएंस. आप भी मैम प्लीज. बायोटिक, एबायोटिक इन्फ्लुएंसेस, इवेंट्स सराउंडिंग एन ऑर्गेनिज्म. फिर हमने बायोटिक देखा. बायोटिक क्या है? ऑल लिविंग बीइंग्स. इट इज ऑफ टू टाइप्स, प्रोड्यूसर्स, कंज्यूमर्स. प्रोड्यूसर्स क्या है मेरे? ऑटोट्रॉप्स. They create food with the help of photosynthesis, carbon dioxide, sunlight, energy. All consumers directly or indirectly dependent on producers. So again consumers are of two types, macro consumer and micro consumer. Macro consumer are of three types, primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer. Then we move to micro consumers. Consumers are also called as heterotrophs and phagotrophs. Then we move to micro consumers. Micro consumers are also called as saprophytes and osmotrophs. What they do? Bacteria and fungi. They break down dead plants and animals. What they help in? Mineralization, soil formation. After that we move to abiotic factors. Different examples we have seen: sunlight, temperature, rainfall. And then we move to hierarchy. So what is the hierarchy? Individual, population, community, ecosystem, biome, and then biosphere. So individual we have understood, smallest unit of biosphere. Then it is organ or organelles which function independently. Then we move to population. Population is individual of same species. Then we have seen how it will increase and decrease by birth and immigration, decrease by death and immigration. Then we move to community, individual of different species. Then we move its dominant species, will name it. Then we move to ecosystem. What is ecosystem? Structural and functional unit of biosphere. Then we read about components, biotic and abiotic. Then we move to ecotone and ecological niche. Ecotone, we know junction between two diverse ecosystem. Under that we need to study edge effect and edge species. Then we move to ecological niche, that is unique functional role of a species in an ecosystem that depends on food, habitat, reproduction, physical and chemical change. कितना टाइम लगाने? 3 to 4 मिनट. और ये 2-3 बार कर लोगे तो आपको फिर कभी जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ेगी. ठीक है, लेट्स मूव टू दीज टू टॉपिक्स. लास्ट आई विल टेक 5 मिनट मोर. मे आई वर्क? या. So the next topic is biome. So biome is terrestrial part of biosphere. It it will only include land part of biosphere. It will not include aquatic system. It will not include aquatic system. It will only terrestrial part of biosphere. Example, can see different biomes. We can see that how it moves from tropical rain forest to tropical deciduous forest, then it moved to savanna, then it moved to desert, then we have seen temperate, then we move to prairies, then we move to cold desert, then we move to taiga, then we move to tundra, then we move to polar. So can you tell me what is common, what is the pattern in this diagram? Here what we saw, temperature is increasing but rainfall is decreasing. It means, what are the important factors which determine the boundary of biome? Temperature and rainfall. These are two factors which determine the biome. What are the two factors?
Temperature and rainfall.
It means no two biomes are same. No two biomes are here. Also we have seen that the name of the biome depends on the dominant species. Here dominant species is tropical rainforest, so name is that. ठीक है? So biome is terrestrial part of biosphere. And in this, when we will move to next chapter, we are going to study in detail. Okay? What is tropical rainforest to polar? Okay? Now the last topic is biosphere. Last topic is biosphere. We all know we live in biosphere. So what is biosphere? Where life exists, where survival of life is possible. So biosphere is where the condition is favorable. And why condition will be favorable? Because it is atmosphere, hydrosphere and lithosphere, and that gives you, it means because of three features, it gives you favorable condition where life can exist, where life survives. Okay, now from PT point, the question is where biosphere is absent. Where biosphere is absent. This is again important for us. First is extreme of North Pole and South Pole. Here life does not exist generally. Then higher mountain, and then deep down ocean. Okay, but here again there is one trap from UPSC. Please note that certain bacteria and fungi lives above 8,000 feet. So we are talking about generally. if a statement, extreme statement is given that no life exists above 8,000 meters, no, that is wrong, because bacteria and fungi survive but in dormant state. So you have to be very careful regarding extreme words in the prelims examination. Clear? Now, any doubt till now? So that's all for today's class, but do you have any doubt in any topic or any question from you? Okay, that's all. Thank you so much, and I have just one request, that please and please make mind maps even when you are doing optional or any subject. Please make mind map. It will make your work easy. It will help you in revision, and more importantly, it will help you in recalling the right keywords in prelims, mains and interview. ठीक है, आपको एक ही बार पढ़ना पड़ेगा, आपको याद रहेगा. ठीक है, that's all. Thank you so much.